Nothing is impossible to he who tries. Hello, hello, hello. It's the king, the conqueror, the strategist, Alexander the Great. Back again with another video. I wanted to make a video discussing the My Era mode, and kind of excited about it. I want to play it. Hopefully I'll have enough time with everything that I'm doing to really kind of get in there. But it seems very, very interesting. I'm curious on what they're gonna do for all those teams and the background players. How many of those background players and teams that they'll actually be able to have, or is it gonna be a lot of creative players? I do want to talk about one thing though. One thing what I did notice, and maybe they fixed it, but I wanted to kind of reach out to the developers on this one. Hopefully, something what I noticed last year is that certain teams would do things that weren't what they would do in their era. For example, some of the past teams, they're very much were able to make 3-point shots. And even though they didn't really take a lot of 3-point shots at that time, one thing I've noticed is when talking about eras, no era is like completely better than any other era. You had the rules at that time, and you also have certain things what makes players good at certain things during that era on average. Yes, superstars are a little bit different, right? They may be outside of the average of their peers or their teammates, right? But on average, certain players are going to do certain things, whatever they're doing within their era, unless they're a specialist. One thing I would like them to take in consideration is, if you're an older team, right, while you may not have 3-point advantage, the big men were a little bit more better in post control and post offense. Same thing as time goes on, you go from big men to mid range to 3. So as you traverse through time, or you go through time, you'll notice that certain areas are much stronger while the other ones are weaker. So for example, post offense, this is probably the weakest it's ever technically been. You do have some people, but they are the outliers, whether it's the Jokic's or the Embiids. But most of the big guys, even who are stars, don't really have a post game. And with that being said, how well is the post defense, right? So I remember back in the day they wanted to do doing ratings based on whoever's the best in those positions throughout time. I wonder how are they still going with that approach? And if so, how does that affect ratings for everybody, you know? So if this is one of the weakest post eras, how well is the post defense with the players right now, you know? And just things like that. Just would like to think about how finishing, because remember, this is a spaced out era, right? So 3-point shooting, you're going to be better at hitting the 3. Finishing, are you going to be that much more better a finisher if the lanes are open in comparison to the pass, where the lanes are closed and you're finishing over more people, or having to be able to shoot mid-range where it's a much compact area. So those are just things I'd like the devs to kind of think about. If they did well, we're completely in the good. If not, it's just something what we can think about, because I know y'all are taking y'all break, but y'all are already starting to think about 2K24. You know, so these are certain things that we can think about if this mode is good, and how we deal with classic teams, whether it's play now or play on now online. So those are the things I just wanted to put out. This is kind of my video. This is really it. I want to thank you for spending time with me. Like the video, please comment. I am getting over cold, so if you can hear the congestion in my voice, that's exactly what it is. I'm gonna try and do better, but yeah, leave comments, like the video if you did, subscribe. I'm gonna be posting videos. I appreciate your time. This is Alexander the Great, and I'm out.